Welcome to the next lecture of mechanics of material. So we are discussing about shear force and bending moment diagram on various types of beams. I have already discussed that what are the various types of beams. So let us revise this. So a fixed beam is a one on which is having both sides fixed. A cantilever beam is a one which is having one sided fixed, another side is free. A simply supported type of beam is a one which is having one side fixed, another side it will be having a roller support. Whereas a continuous beam is a one which is having n number of supports for it. Okay, so to entire span of the beam there will be continuous supports. Another beam is nothing but overhanging beam which will be having supports, and one side it will be left free. Okay, so the question has been given like this. So a rectangular beam of length 2 meter carries a point load as shown in the figure. Draw shear force and bending moment diagram. So the in figure they have given a cantilever type of beam. We know that wherever the point is fixed, that point will be having reactions, because the motion of this beam has been restricted in both the direction, horizontal and vertical direction. It will be having a reaction horizontal and reaction vertical. We generally write as vertical reaction as RB, horizontal reaction we consider as RH, and similarly we will consider the points where the point loads have been acting. So what types of loads also we have discussed. What are the various types of loads is nothing but one is point load. So this load actually acts exactly at the point. Next is UDL, the third one is UVL. Third UDL is nothing but uniformly distributed load, and the final one is UVL, that is uniformly varying load. So these are the types of load. Let us take this as point load, this is UDL, this is UVL. Okay, so you have to remember this: point load, UDL, UVL. Okay, so here they have given point load. So where you have drawn the figure, keep this entire page for the drawing of shear force and bending moment diagram. So take the other side of the page. Where you have to draw the calculation purpose. So first, whenever the beams have been given in beams problem, we have to consider the beam is under equilibrium. So what is the equilibrium conditions? You might have studied in engineering mechanics that whenever we say beam is under equilibrium, we should satisfy the three conditions. One is summation of horizontal forces should be equal to 0, summation of vertical forces should be equal to 0, summation of moment should be equal to 0. Okay, so m means moment, so these should be equal to 0 one another. So in our previous diagram we have seen that we are having only a horizontal force, that is reaction at point A, so that will be equal to 0, Next is summation of vertical forces, 0. What is summation of vertical forces 0 is nothing but is, we can rewrite as upward forces is equal to downward forces. Upward forces is equal to downward forces. Okay, so what are the upward forces we are having is only reaction at point A. We are having a reaction. Similarly, what are the downward forces we are having is nothing but, if you see the diagram, so the diagram they have clearly given the point loads 300, 800 and 500. So we will write all those loads here: 300 plus 800 plus 500. Okay, so what will be this total is nothing but 3 plus 8 is 11 plus 5 is 16. So the total load is 1600 Newton at point A. So we have got the reaction at point A. Okay, so first moment we have taken. Now since this moment about point any point we can take, but we are not using, most probably in cantilever beam summation of moment will not be used, because we are having only one known, which we have two unknowns. One we have identified with respect to horizontal forces summation, another we have obtained from vertical moment summation of vertical forces is equal to 0 equation. Now how to draw the shear force calculation? So for identifying of shear force calculation, first of all we have to do sign convention. Okay, sign convention. So what is the sign convention is nothing but, in this you have to identify what from where you are being solved the problem. So there are two procedures for solving the problem. One is from right to left, another is from left to right. Okay, so this we have already discussed in our lecture. So let us revise this. So since it is a right to left, if you are having a rectangular section like this, if right to left you are solving, so for this object, what is the shear force is nothing but the force which is acting parallel to this. Let us take these are the shear force acting. So if these two shear forces are trying to rotate the object in clockwise direction, in clockwise, so clockwise generally we take positive. So this clockwise rotation, if this shear force, these are shear forces, so shear forces trying to rotate your direction in clockwise direction, then we have to consider it as positive. For rotating this in clockwise direction, so when you are trying to move from right to left, this is your right corner, this is your left corner, when you are trying to solve the problem from here to here, so what is this force? This is moving downward. If you apply shear force in downward direction, then only you will get a positive, so downward shear force should be taken as positive. So I will write downward force is equal to positive. Downward force is positive when you are trying to solve from right to left. Similarly, when you are solving from left to right, so this is an upward force. Upward force tries to rotate in clockwise direction, positive. So here upward force will be equal to positive. Okay, opposite to this we have to take. Next is moment sign convention. This is for the forces. Next is for moment. So for let us consider an entire beam. Okay. So if there are two moments acting on the either side of the beam, because of which if the beam bends like this, okay, so because of this bending, its center of curvature is shifting to above. Its center of curvature will shift to above. This condition is called as sagging. So since the center of curvature has shifted to positive direction, this we consider as positive. Now when we are solving from right to left, so what type of movement is this? Nothing but counterclockwise. This movement is counterclockwise movement. So counterclockwise movement will try to create sagging, so we consider counterclockwise CCW as positive. I will write here CCW movement, that is nothing but counterclockwise movement will be positive when you solve from left to right. Okay, so this is in clockwise direction, if you apply clockwise itself, then only it go for sagging in left to right. So CCW movement, counterclockwise movement, is equal to positive. So you should remember this convention and this convention. Most of the problems we solve from right to left, then you have to use this formula. Okay, so let us try to do the shear force calculations. So for shear force calculation, so what is shear force calculation? Is nothing but as per the figure, so which you have, I will redraw the figure here for the simplicity or for the convenience of drawing the identification of the forces. Okay, so let us take the beam whichever they have drawn. I am duplicating here. So this is 300, this is 400, 500, this is 800 they have given. So I have given the names of that points A, B, C, D. So here we are most of the time we will try to solve the problem from right corner. So this is a right to left sign convention. What is right to left sign convention? Is nothing but I am writing this so that you can remember every time. Downward forces is equal to positive. Okay, next is CCW movement, counterclockwise movement, is equal to positive. Now from when we are solving from right corner or right to left, so the rightest point or the extreme right point we are having is D point. So shear force before D, because sometimes we will be having a UDL, along with that we will be having a point load. So if it is a UDL, you will be having some load even if there is no point. So therefore we will take a shear force before point D. So there is no load before point D, so we will write it as 0 newtons. So since no kilo, since this is 0 newtons. Okay. Next is shear force at D. When I say at D, you have to consider the loads right to it as well as the load at point D. So before the point D, there is no load, that is 0 plus, but whereas when you reach to point D, you are having a load of 800. So that is given in your figure. Okay, that is given in your figure. So 800 I have to add. Why positive? Since this is acting downward. Here we have written downward force is equal to positive. So the answer is 800 Newton. Next is shear force at point. So after D you are having point C, so you have to take before C. Every time you have to remember this, before C we are having load at point D. Before C you are having a point load D. So this answer is 800 Newton. Next is shear force at point C. At point C means you have to consider the loads which are right to it as well as at the point. So right to it we are having 800 Newton plus, this is also acting in downward, so I am taking it as plus. So that is 1300 Newton. Okay. Next is shear force before B. Next point is your B. You can see D you have solved, C you have solved, next you have come to B point. So shear force before B is equal to, we are having two loads, one is C, another is D, that is 800 plus 500, which you will get it as 1300 newtons. Now shear force at point B is equal to 1300 minus, why 1300? Because before this already we know there is 1300 node and always there is acting 300 load, that is plus 300 is equal to 1600 Newton. Next is shear force before point A. Before A means already till B we have already solved, so this will continue as it is 1600 Newton. Next is shear force at A. When I say at point A, we are having already reaction A which is acting in upward direction, whose value we have found it to be around 1600 itself. Since this load is acting upward, you can see it is acting in upward direction, so upward means negative, so 1600 minus 1600 minus 1600, so the value of this is 0 kilonewton. So we have done with the solving of shear force calculation. Let us go to draw the shear force values or shear force diagram. Directly once you solve this problem, directly go for shear force drawing. So if you go for shear force drawing, so how to draw the shear force diagram is, so this is the diagram, so I have left the page for that. So I will draw with, so let us take this, you can use pencil or you can use a pen. So this is okay, I know the values here, I have the values here, I am having drawing the in separate page. So first of all, at before point D, the shear force is 0. This complete line we call it as baseline. Baseline is nothing but 0 line, baseline or 0 line. Okay, baseline or 0 line. What does this baseline or 0 line means? On this entire line your shear force will be 0. So if this is at this point D, let us see. So before point D, what is the value? 0. At point D it is 800. So this is in positive direction. What is positive means? You have to go up. Since this is a general quadratic coordinate axis, this, if this is origin, and upside we have to go for positive, downside we have to go for negative. So I have moved for, to a distance of 800 Newton. After that, if you see from 800 till before C, the value is same till before C. So from here to here I will keep this value same, because before C till before C the value is same. After at the point of C you are getting another load which is 500 point load. So since this is a downward load, we have to consider it as positive. So I have moved a distance of 500, let this distance be 500. So I have moved and reached to a point here from this 800 to 500. So the total is nothing but here. So this total is 1300. Total is here 1300. I will draw here itself. No need to go on other side. So this is your okay. Now from point C to, if you see here, from before point B the load remains same. So I will just move this 1300 till point B. So once the point B comes, so there is a load 300 Newton which is acting downward. Downward means we have to move above, since this is positive. So once you move above, you will reach a point where the load is 1600, So this value is 1600 Newton, and this height from this 1300 is nothing but 300 Newton. Now from this point to, if you see before A, what is the value? 1600. So already you have reached 1600. So I will directly travel from here to here, no change. Now if you once you reach this point, you have got the load A which is acting in above direction, whose value RA is equal to 1600 Newton. Since this is acting upward direction, the value is minus, so I will minus this value and you will get this. So this entire diagram is in a positive sign, so this we write it as positive. Here we write shear force diagram. Okay, in this way you have to draw the shear force diagram. Okay, now let us do a bending moment calculation here itself. So because it will be easier for me to do it on the same side, so let us do it here itself. Now what is generally moment is nothing but force into distance. You write this bending moment calculation. Okay, what is moment calculation? We generally, what is bending moment? Bending moment is nothing but force into distance. Now bending moment, we are solving from right to left corner. I have written here, you can see right to left corner. So bending moment at point D. So at point D, if you see, there is no load before it. If there is no load, the bending moment before D will become 0. Next is bending moment at point C. So at point C, when I say, let us go and watch. So this is the C point. So right to C point we have a load which is at a distance of that distance will be given in your problem. It is being given as, so in the diagram they have given this distance as 0.8. So this distance they have given it as 0.7 meters, and this distance they have given it as 0.5 meters. Okay, so they have given the values of distances. So we will try to calculate the bending moment. So same distances we are having here. So this distance I am taking it as 0.8. So bending moment at point C is equal to, what is the load behind it is 800. From this 800 to point C, so this distance you have to take from D to point C. So D, what is the load at D is 800, distance from it is 0.8. So once you have done with the calculation of moment, but next you have to see is the sign. Sign convention. So this point or this load 800 Newton tries to rotate. So tries to rotate point C in this direction. So since this load is moving in this way, so this type of movement is nothing but a clockwise movement. So when we have written here counterclockwise positive means clockwise is negative. So the value of that is nothing but 640. Okay, you can even try to you can use the calculator, you will get the answer 800 into 0.8. so you will get it as minus 640 Newton meter. Next is bending moment at point B. Now take, what is the distance from C to B is 0.7. okay, 0.7. When I take bending moment at point B, I have to consider the loads which are on the right side. All the loads has to be taken. So first I will take 800. So 800, okay. So then since this tries to rotate in clockwise, so minus 800 minus into from the 800 to point B, from 800 to point B, so you have to consider the total distance, that is nothing but 0.8, plus 0.7. so what will be the value? The value is 1.5. Next, we have solved for 800. Another force is present on the right side of point B, that is 500. So plus 500 into what is the distance from 500 load to point B is given here as 0.7, but sorry, here I have taken plus, that is also minus. Why minus? So this is also trying to rotate, you can see here, this is also trying to rotate in clockwise. So you will get the answer like this. So 800 into 1.5, 800 into 1.5, okay. Next, minus plus, so plus 500 into 0.7. so the value here we are going to get is minus 1550 Newton meters. Next is bending moment at point A. So bending moment at point A means I have to take the loads which are on the right side of A. So I have three loads here, one is 300, one is 500, another is 800. All the loads I have to take. So first load is 800, so I will solve with 800. Minus 800 into from 800 to point A. So I have to take the total distance, total distance from 800 to point A. What will be the total distance? If you know the value of this, that value is already given 0.5. so tell me this total distance. 0.8, 0.7, 1.5 plus 5. so the total span of the length is 2 meters. They have already given in the question also. 800 into 0.2, 800 into 2. Next load is we are having 500, so minus 500 into, so from 500 to point A, what is the distance? Is this distance from here to here you have to take 0.7 plus 0.5, that is 1.2. next minus, okay, next load 800 we have solved, 500 we have solved, next load left is 300 minus 300 into, what is the distance from 300 load to point A is 0.5. so into 0.5. let us do this calculation, okay. I am doing this calculation, whatever values here we are having. So 800 into 2, all are minus, so I am taking it in plus itself, okay, plus 500 into 1.2, okay, plus 300 into 0.5. so what is the answer you are going to get? So you are going to get it as minus 2350 Newton meter. So you have done with the bending moment calculation, okay, clear. So next we are going to draw the bending moment diagram. So on the same page, try to extend these lines, where you are going to draw the, okay, I have extended the lines. Be careful with this. So first we have to draw is baseline, or zero line, we call it as baseline or zero line, okay, where the bending moment is 0, just like your axis, 0 axis, okay. So from here, from this is your point D, okay, point D, C, B, A. Similarly here D, C, B, A, okay. Once you are done, what is bending moment at point D? You can see here bending moment at point D is 0. So I will write the value, keep the value as 0, it touches the baseline. Next is, what is the bending moment at point C you are having is minus 640. 640 minus means above or below, you have to go below. So this is minus 640 Newton meter. Okay. Next is we are having bending moment at point B is minus 1550. At point B you are having minus 1550 Newton meter. Next, at point A we are having the value of minus 2350 Newton meter. So we are connecting this point to minus 2350 Newton meter. So we have kept the points, we have obtained the points. Now how to join these points is nothing but simply, so we have to join these 2 points by using an inclined straight line, okay. So tell me in which side we are drawn this points minus means this entire diagram is in minus. So this is negative side. So this is your bending moment diagram. Okay. So in this way you have to draw. So you can keep this entire length. What is this length? You have obtained as 2350 Newton meter. Okay. So in this way you have to draw the shear force and bending moment diagram. Okay. We will discuss the next problem in next lecture.